Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Krysia. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm finally cracking open the new Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. Where is she? You guys, this is so stunning. I can't even hide my excitement about this palette. I am just so sad that I didn't start playing with it earlier. I purchased it at the Sephora VIB sale and I just kind of let it sit there because I had other stuff I wanted to film, and I did want to dedicate a separate video for it, but then time kept going by and I'm like, oh, does anybody care about it anymore? Either way, I care, and hopefully some of you will find it enjoyable and helpful to see it in action. Lots of really close-up swatches coming up, a demo with as many shades as I could fit on my eyeballs, and my final thoughts, of course, at the end. Let's get straight into this review of the beautiful Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the palette itself. The packaging is really pretty. It just kind of suits the whole vibe of the rose quartz. It actually looks like a slice of quartz, to be honest with you. And I think people that may have kind of been done with Huda putting her face on the palette will appreciate this packaging. I personally didn't care. It didn't really matter to me. That being said, it is really nice motif on there, and it really suits, I think, the vibe of the palette. Oh, upon first opening, it is really something else to behold. Like when you look at this palette, it just automatically inspires you. Like I haven't used it yet. I've just swatched it, and we'll go ahead and do some swatches right away. I just think looking at it is so inspiring. The shades are absolutely gorgeous. It's very almost like fairy-like, very feminine, yet there are some shades to ground it. And again, with this one, you could probably go quite, you know, kind of like I said, ethereal, fairy-like goddess look, or you can bring it down and just do an everyday neutral palette. Let's go ahead and take a look at the swatches. Top row from left to right: Quartz, Aura, Gratitude, Cosmic Love, Empowered, and Joy. All of them performed really well. You are going to get a little bit of crumbling with that second last dark shade, Empowered. But again, once you start working the powder in, it just sort of like melts into the skin. So maybe that would be a shade that you may want to use with your fingers versus a brush. The mattes are quite soft, but they blend out even with a swatch very easily, almost as if you don't have to do anything to blend it out. Next row, we have a few mattes there. The pinks are glorious, especially that last pink. It is so beautiful, so unique, almost that very retro-y 90s sort of like dusty pink. And I do think it's gonna go well with some of the kind of like high gloss violet type shades. Love Stone, which is that third shade from the left, is that kind of greasy shade, almost like a Vaseline type shade. And I do feel that it has quite a bit of pigmentation, and it's not as greasy, I feel, as the shade in the Naughty palette. Last row, so beautiful. That third shade from the left is so incredibly pigmented. It just keeps going. Like you could just swatch it forever and ever. The mattes perform really quite consistently across the board. And that first shade, Mantra, oh my goodness, it is so dark. It is beautiful. And I think it's going to be glorious to line the lash line with it, to kind of smoke out things a little bit, create a bit more of depth in the crease. I cannot get over how beautiful this palette thus far swatches. Let's go ahead and do a look. And I really want to go kind of pinky violet-y. Oh, look at that again. I just can't with this palette. And I got this during the Sephora VIB sale, and I haven't even posted my Sephora VIB haul yet, you guys. There's been other things I wanted to post, plus so much has been happening at work and at home with obviously the holidays and stuff that I haven't filmed it yet. Let me know if you still want to see my Sephora VIB sale haul. I've barely even used anything. I can do a full try on for you guys. Let me know down below if you want to see that still, even though it's like a month overdue. But still fun to do hauls, right? So let me know. Oh, I want to use that pink shade. So this is going to be in Cherished right there. Very light pink transition. So pretty. I'm using the Patrick Ta eyeshadow brush, which I really love. I think it's really great for a slightly hooded eye. It's a bit flatter shaped, so it kind of gets right in there and gets above the crease. I'm gonna just build up the crease a little bit more. I kind of want to use something a little bit more mauve-y, so Maybe this shade here, so Radiate. Goes on a little bit more pink than I thought it would. Her mattes are just glorious, you guys. And it's interesting because I'm going to be filming my 2021 makeup favorites after this, and this palette, just by default, I don't think stands a chance going in there because I'm using it so late in the year, but so far I'm really, really enjoying this. There's so many shades. Let's go with Blissful. We'll just use our finger. It's quite crumbly on the finger, but I'm sure once I kind of just pack it in. Like you just feel like a goddess wearing this color. I'm getting a little bit of glitter here, which I don't mind. Very nice topper shade. I think I could have just saved it for a topper shade, but super pretty. We can still build up the outside. So, so pretty. Let's go ahead and build something up here. I want to use this shade here in Abundance. That one is, again, kind of crumbly. It has a bit of a sheen to it, so let's use our fingers actually. Just kind of built it up just a little bit more. I'm going to go in with a pointier, smaller brush. This is the Refer 13. I do want to build up the outside a little bit more. Let's go in with Empowered. Again, this shade's going to be a little bit crumbly. I have to use Happiness, that really dusty pink there. It's a very retro-y pink. Just want to build up the crease just a little bit. I need some pink. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's line the eyes a little bit. Let's use that really dark shade in Mantra. Really the only super dark shade in the palette. Extend the wing a little bit, nothing crazy. That works so well as a liner. Wow. I'm going to use something in the inner corner, Self Love, right there. I'm going to use that same color, Self Love, as my brow bone shade because I feel like it's the lightest of all of the shimmers. Yeah, that's really pretty. I'm gonna use that shade there. Just under my lower lash line. And then something a little bit maybe warmer as well. Let's do Quartz. Love that. Oh, that's pretty. And I want to use one more shade just sort of on the center lid, and I'm gonna use the shade Moon Magic right there. Woohoo! Very, very crumbly. And kind of shifts a little bit blue. Oh, you guys, this palette is just magical. It's really, really magical. I love that. And again, I used so many colors only because during a review, I kind of like to do that, especially when I'm first playing with the palette. I just want to pack as many colors on. It is just so, so lovely. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go put on some mascara and do the rest of my makeup, and we'll come back and talk about my final thoughts. All right, guys, I'm back. So that's the final look there. I'll show you guys a close-up of the eyes. They are so pretty. And again, I did use quite a few shades, which kind of makes it look a little bit of a mishmash effect, but I still think it turned out very, very pretty. And it actually reminds me of the Pat McGrath Utopian palette, which is more than double the cost, I believe. And I do feel that this palette actually beats that one out for me. All right, you guys, so I have the Utopian Dream right here, and that is this one here. This is so heavy. So it has kind of like those purpley shades, duochrome type shades there, some warm shades, of course, a little bit of a dark shade there. It does go a little bit more corally, a little bit more warm toned, but you do have that similar kind of like violet icy effect with those special shades. This is so difficult. Okay, disaster. So you do get some warmth with the rose quartz, but it's definitely more cooler toned, a little bit more pinky violety on the cooler end of the spectrum, I would say. But the overall effect is very, very similar, I feel. Like just the vibe I get when playing with it. You do have that corally shade there, which is a bit punchy. So that definitely makes it stand out a little bit. But those violet-y type duochrome shades just kind of really feel similar to me because you get some warmth even from this pink shade, which I didn't use, but I'm sure if I used that one, it would give me more of that corally pink effect. But even these shades go quite warm on the skin. I'm gonna have to say that I really feel more inspired even with this one. And I'm so sad that it's late in the year that I'm reviewing this because I don't think it's gonna make it into my yearly favorites, which I'm going to film next, just because I'm reviewing it so late. So maybe an honorable mention because I do really, really enjoy this already so much. So what are my final thoughts? Well, I feel like the quality is on point. That's always the most important thing for me is the quality there? Do the shadows show up? Can they build upon themselves? You know, that's really important. Sometimes a palette being overly pigmented is difficult to work with. And I feel like this one is at happy medium. The mattes are pigmented and soft, but not overly pigmented where you go in and it's like, whoop, it's stuck onto one part of your eye and it's hard to blend out. They don't do that. They are so smooth and they blend out absolutely beautifully. So it's very, very user-friendly. I mean, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm just a daily makeup lover for many, many years. And I just feel like it's super easy to work with the mattes. The shimmers, while being a little bit crumbly for some of the shades, I feel like if you just kind of blow off that little bit of excess, as soon as you put the shade onto your eyelid and move it around, it just blends in. I'm very impressed with those shimmer shades. They're really beautiful, sparkly topper shades. Like we have quite a few of them here, here, and here. They're kind of marbleized as well. They are absolutely so dimensional, where they just kind of give off the most beautiful effect in the light, where it can only really be appreciated when you kind of like move your eyes and just change the lighting or the angle of where your face and light is hitting. It is just a stunning, stunning palette. I feel like this one just stands out already, where I just want to keep it on my vanity and I want to keep playing with it. I really give it, you guys, a 10 out of 10. The quality is there. The color story is very beautiful, very unique. The cohesiveness between the mattes, where there's so many beautiful neutral shades. You even have this dark, almost like charcoaly, sooty to line your eyes, to build up the crease, to go dramatic. Absolutely amazing that she put that in there. And then you also have so many neutrals where you can just do a very day-to-day look. You have a beautiful champagne for the, you know, inner corner and brow bone. I really appreciate that, but it's not overly icy. It's very good for all skin tones as a highlight type shade. And then you get those special shades that are just mind-blowingly beautiful. It has everything, you guys. If you've been sitting on the fence, I mean, I'm sure by now a lot of you have like taken the plunge, but if you're still sitting on the fence, I really highly recommend this palette. It is just so beautiful and it really just creates a pretty feminine effect. All right, guys, so another win for Huda Beauty. Let me know down below your guys' favorite palette from this brand, from Huda. I feel like this one by far is my favorite. I also like the Naughty palette. It was really good and very similar quality-wise. So yeah, let me know down below your favorite Huda Beauty palette. Also, I invite you to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Lots of beauty content, of course, coming your way. So hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'm gonna leave you with another video. I was debating, but I'm gonna leave you with the Utopian palette review from Pat McGrath because I do feel it gives me similar vibes to this one, and it might be something you're debating as well. Especially with Boxing Day coming, you never know, that one might go on sale. So I'll link that one for you guys next. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.